everybody, how's it going? This is the Avengers. This is season 1. This is episode number 15. This episode is called the Frighteners, and I think this is the 3rd episode of this season that still exists. And then there is one more episode after this one, and then I'll be going into season 2. I believe they exist via Big Finish, the missing season 1 episodes, so that'll be interesting to delve into and listen to at some point. But I'm looking forward to this because the last episode was that really interesting one with the circus, and as much as I dislike the circus, that was really creepy. Seeing the clowns and things was the worst one, and them people disappearing were people who they said they were, or were they someone completely different. It was one of those things where you didn't know who you could trust at all, and I think that's why that episode really worked, because I was questioning everybody, and did that person jump in the water, did the person not jump in the water? So it was an interesting one. It kept me on my toes a little bit actually as well. So because this is called the Frighteners, I've just got the 80s movie in my head, but it's probably nothing like that, but it'll be an interesting one, so let's go.
Take 5. That nuisance abatement problem we were discussing. Deal with it as arranged.
With
yes, that's
the building?
I want him frightened good and hard. Don't overdo it. Just make sure he doesn't forget it.
What?
Oh, that's what I had to see. Punctuality.
I had to drag him out of a nosh
That was quite cool.
Making up for lost time.
It's like this, Deacon. I'm out on tickets, see? One lumbering on me present form, and I'll be eating porridge till it's coming out me flipping ear.
I'm out on ticket.
You're retiring, Marston. There's laziness for you. That's the welfare state. Best tear away in the business, throwing his hand in just because a JP puts the gypsies warning on him. Shameful.
It wasn't a JP, and you know it. It was the old cock of the Bailey. He promised me PD the next time I was up.
I'm in a position to see that you get it, remember? One little whisper from me about that post office job.
Oh.
You'll be picking up your pension by the time I let you out. It's a special job. Very important client. Very generous in his terms. Job's done properly. There's a patient.
He looks happy.
Good-looking chap, isn't he? Seems almost a pig.
What do you want doing to him?
Just a routine massage, nothing spectacular, but stopping short of what you did to that old postmaster, remember?
Can't you
I
take
was almost
it?
forgetting. No tools guide here. We might dabs on them. That'd never do, would it, Moxon?
Careful as ever about yourself. What if I get nicked with them?
Well, it's up to you to see it you don't, isn't it?
Good evening, Doctor.
Evening. Be all right if I sit here?
By all means, boy.
So much.
Good of you to come.
That's what I thought, too, yes. What's all this about, anyway? Going to the dry cleaning business?
No. No, I've got a new line. I think it might interest you.
What's that?
Massage contracting.
See?
I'll try and explain.
Yes, please do.
A massage contractor is a gent who operates anywhere, anytime, and he specializes in beating the daylights out of a customer. He enjoys his work very much. He gets a very good fee.
$5 grand,
The
apparently.
value to the patient is debatable. I rather think that there may be a demonstration by these fellas
Yes.
this evening.
Has he been
in the
tipped
Chelsea
off?
area. Now, our operator doesn't keep company with other criminals.
Oh.
We find it difficult to get the tip on him.
Yeah.
But we know him.
Expect I will before the night's out, too.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't know what we had to come this early for. I told you, he's all up in a posh nash cafe up the King's Road. Makes their art a flipping night.
Oh, dry up, will you? He's got to come home sometime, and this is where we're going to take him nice and quiet.
The deacon don't like clients to be laced up near their own dump.
Yeah, but there's people on to
He's got
you.
binders hanging around.
Well, this client ain't.
Thank you.
Just pass here, sir. Number 27.
One of the usual
know.
detours, eh?
Hi.
Right, you can
I
stand
feel
out,
like
Rachel.
everyone knows
Pass the word on to the others.
about this.
Tell Walters to be there in the morning. Our young gentleman leaves his flat.
They weren't spotted. Oh, the old tights malark. You're too late.
Right, Pike, can you ask for it? And here's a bit extra that ain't on the bill. And a message, too. Stay away from that girl or there's plenty more coming up.
Sit still and relax.
I'm all right. No, you don't look it. I'm all right, I tell you. Oh, at last it's shoulder.
Oh, thought I might have busted a rib.
His head hit that rating pretty hard.
Well, I hope it's good and permanent.
You know?
Bar soap to me.
Well, I seem to know you. This man's got knuckles on the nasty one.
And a razor.
Somebody doesn't like you.
A lot of people don't. Well, look, it's good of you to join in, but I'd just like to go and clean up if you don't mind.
Just a minute, if you've got a telephone, this bloke needs an ambulance.
Oh, that's his lookout.
No, this is mine. Doctor,
Yeah.
we take him to your surgery.
What for?
It's quieter there.
Yeah, well, I'd like to keep it that way.
That's precisely my point.
The insistence on bringing him here, anyway.
It's private.
Just clam up inside a police station, take his sentence for assault and battery, leave it at that. Now, their commandment is, thou shalt not grasp the law. We want to know who's behind it.
I wonder what costs 1 and 2.
Oh, the boys. I wasn't expecting you quite so early. Come in and stand, don't be shy.
Not the boy you expect.
Who's this?
Deacon, it's not my fault. He made me bring him here.
I think we'd better have a couple of the boys in. I thought you knew me.
Deacon, listen, please.
Now, this is hydrochloric acid. I hardly need to tell you what a quarter of a pint of this would do to your face.
Shit!
That's better.
What?
Who hired you to fix to Willoughby and why? Now, look, this is vintage stuff, Deacon. Anything you could buy on the open market would be morning dew compared to this. Now, talk.
More pure, I guess, because he's a doctor.
Now, normally it'd be against every instinct in me to do this, even to a pig like you. But tonight I've seen how your goon here spends his evenings. Talk. I want 2 answers to 2 facts. And I want the facts.
Tom Weller! O'Reilly's Brickworks.
I've got news for you.
Snap.
Well, I suppose it was a bit melodramatic. You're right. I got carried away.
He enjoyed
got
it,
carried
yeah.
away altogether, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Well,
Anyway,
Yeah?
Thank you. I'll follow up your leave.
you get a pension in your job.
I don't even know
Well,
what
on
his
the
job
taxi,
is at the minute because there's such a
Help you
gap
on
between
another.
this episode and the last
Will you help
one.
me on that other little matter?
Yes, if I have time. Certainly might be worth a shot, mightn't it?
Hmm.
Last night I treated a boy called Willoughby. He ran into 4 large feet.
Did he now? What's that got to do with me?
Quite a lot. You hired him, didn't you?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm too busy to inquire. Get out. Your time's up. Look, who do you think you are, anyway, busting in here like you owned the place?
It was the only way to get in.
Well, now get out again. My time's valuable, so...
I like these guys.
Doctor, or whatever you call yourself.
Doctor will do me fine. Now, about the deacon.
Never heard of
You
him.
not only hired him, you hired him to have this boy beaten up last night, who I understand wants to marry your daughter.
I quite understand you're being worried about your neck, Moxon. Hereditary weakness, I presume.
Well, I thought it was broke. It felt like it.
Shut up, it won't just feel like it.
I was going to say he's quite easily moving around
That,
now.
what about your flipping neck? And your face? One squirt of lemonade and the way you were shouting, anyone would have thought you got it caught in an angle or something.
If you mention that again, and you just won't have a face.
Oh my God. He does seem to like races, so...
Shut up, both of you, and listen to me. Your next assignment is to go out and get that swine Sir Thomas Weller.
Weller? Why him? You're going to start raving bonkers?
He hasn't paid.
The governor?
Not any longer. The gentleman decided he's not getting value for money, so he won't be paying you boys.
Well, no lolly. After all I've been through with my neck. Yeah, let me calm him up, Dick. He'd be worth doing PD for, he would.
As you say, we shall have to make an example of Sir Thomas. Pick him up and do a good job on him.
Oh, not again, Moxon. Invited in, Deacon, by one Beppy Colissimo, tenant and ratepayer. I supply that gratis, save you the trouble of bleating about search warrants. Well,
Paid
we
everything.
won't need these, will we?
Tell Sir Thomas he hasn't heard the last of us. We can always get at him from the inside.
Oh, I think he'd be charmed. Your hat.
Had your son got any particular mark of any kind?
Well, he's a doctor. You might have
anything
seen
like-
it.
Yes, Mark.
Yes, that sort of thing.
Oh, there was a little horseshoe scar on his shoulder. He got it when he was a baby, fell out of his high chair into the fender. It wasn't his fault. And then, Martin,
Yes,
I'm
never mind.
sorry.
Just sit down again.
Good.
Now, look, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a little drink. You'd like that?
Thank you.
And he had a dislocated shoulder.
Here we are, then.
Get your shoulder out, son.
Simple. All you've got to do is whip your shirt off and show you haven't got a mark.
This has gone far enough.
Jeremy, I think the doctor's right. If it will help the boy.
I won't do it. Look, I know my own name. My parents died when I was a child. I never knew my father.
Right. You violated a Chancery court order. And I've got an official gent outside here who's going to see you on your way to Brixton.
What are you trying to do to my
Who are
son?
you?
I'm his mum.
You got my sympathy.
Oh, Jerry, son, take your shirt
This went
off.
to sound
Show
so
them your
quick.
scar.
What scar?
The one on his left shoulder, sir.
I'm not taking my shirt off for you or anybody else.
Aren't you?
Take your hands off me!
Oh God, he got that off fast.
Hands off me!
Ah,
Better go, Weller.
that's why he said he never expected the wedding to go ahead.
We'll be waiting for you.
Because he was never going to do it.
Old boy, but then of course you know that you're your boys. I should get into that long shiny car of yours and get your chauffeur to rush you home.
Go on and never call me mother. How was it, Ducky?
Oh, Doris, you're wonderful.
What?
Never was 10 quid better earned.
Oh, Guineas, lovey. Let's keep it professional. Oh, yes, and I did, there was a taxi I had,
Yeah?
and I also had to hire this coat. Oh, Ducky, we're not going to leave all this lovely gin,
no,
are we?
please help yourself.
Will you have something?
No, I'm just going to
I like this lady.
Please carry on, will you?
You'll have something,
Well,
I'm sure.
I think I'll have a large brandy, if I may.
Oh, what a splendid idea.
And a very small soda.
I love this episode. Sometimes through it though, I was thinking, God, what is this guy's game? And then obviously when he was talking to his friend who came to visit, and he was like, you've got this debt. And he was like, oh, well, if I get married, I'm going to have access to this money source in like 6 months' time. I was like, oh, okay, that's his game. And he'd clearly been in prison before. That's why he didn't want the police around. But knowing that the lady's dad was basically just like watching her every move because he had his suspicions about Jeremy was interesting, and knowing that there's these people hiding in the backs of shops and they'll, you know, take contracts from people and they have people that work for them to go beat people up and they call them like a massage was really strange as well. I liked it a lot, actually. I really did like it a lot. And seeing at the end there as well, like the lady pretending to be Jeremy's mum, but it was all because Keel had seen the scar on his shoulder. They were able to use this lady who was brilliant to kind of get it out there that what this guy was doing, that he'd done multiple times, was basically just trying to get money out of people. There's one more available episode left from this season. I believe it was found not that long ago, and I'm going to be interested to watch that because someone very kindly sent me it. So I'm going to go watch that and I will see you guys later. So thank you.